Hello everyone, I am Ali and together with my groupmates Rizalyn, Joanna, John J, Jeffrey and Luigi, we will be discussing about disorders of nutrition. We will talk about different nutrition problems, their causes and why they continue to happen, especially in developing countries. The most common disorder we encounter is malnutrition. Malnutrition happens when a person does not get the right amount of nutrients, either kulang or undernutrition or sobra or overnutrition. Pero sa developing countries tulad ng Philippines, ang pinaka-common ay undernutrition. Ito yung condition kung saan hindi sapat ang pagkain o hindi sapat ang nutrients na pumapasok sa katawan. Maraming reasons kung bakit nangyayari ang malnutrition. Usually, magkakakabit yung causes kaya ng poverty, sickness, lack of education at kawalan ng access sa proper food. So we have here 5 major causes of malnutrition. Firstly is poverty. Kapag mahirap ang isang pamilya, usually they have no enough budget for nutritious food. Mas pinipili nila ang pagkain na mura pero low in nutrients, kaya maraming bata at adults ang nagiging undernourished. Next is food unavailability. Ito yung mga places na walang access sa fresh foods like vegetables, fruits at healthy proteins. Sometimes dahil malayo sa market, minsan naman dahil walang enough income to buy. Third is urbanization. Kapag lumalaki ang population sa mga cities, maraming tao ang napupunta sa crowded areas at napipilitan kumain ng fast food or processed food kasi yun ang mas convenient at cheaper. This leads to poor diet quality. Another major cause is ignorance about nutrition. Maraming tao ang hindi alam kung ano ang healthy at dapat kainin. Minsan, nasasayang ang budget sa low nutrient foods dahil walang kaalaman sa tamang nutrisyon. Lastly, working parents. Kapag parehong busy ang parents, kulang minsan ng time to prepare healthy meals. Kaya ang mga bata napapadala sa instant food, canned goods, or kahit ano na lang na mabilis kainin pero hindi nutritious. So those are the main causes of malnutrition. And each of these contributes to why nutrition problems continue in many communities. Kapag kulang or lack ang nutrients sa ating katawan, nagkakaroon tayo ng nutrient deficiency diseases. Some of these are protein energy malnutrition or PEM, vitamin A deficiency, iron deficiency anemia, and vitamin B complex deficiency. This means that lahat ng vitamins at minerals ay may mahalagang role sa katawan at kapag may kulang, nagkakaroon ng health problems. So let's discuss first the protein energy malnutrition or PEM. This happens kapag hindi sapat ang protein at energy sa diet. Pinaka-common ito sa mga batang under 5 years old, lalo na pagkatapos nilang mawin o huminto sa breastfeeding. May mga mild forms tulad ng weight loss at pagiging sobrang payat at may severe forms like kwashiorkor at marasmus. Kaya it's very important na mabigyan ng tamang pagkain ang bata para maiwasan ang serious health complications na dulot ng malnutrition. So what is kwashiorkor? Kwashiorkor is caused by lack of protein even if the child still eats enough carbs. It often happens when a new baby is born and the older child is weaned early. This picture shows the common swollen abdomen, one of the key symptoms of kwashiorkor, which is a serious condition resulting from protein deficiency. Here, we can see the common symptoms of kwashiorkor, which is a condition caused by severe lack of protein. First is growth failure. The child does not grow or gain weight normally. Edema, swelling of the legs and feet due to fluid buildup. Wasted muscles, very thin limbs because the body breaks down muscle for energy. Next is light-colored and easily blocked hair. The hair becomes weak and loses its normal color. Skin rashes and discoloration. Patches or changes in skin tone show poor skin health. And lastly, a miserable facial expression, which reflects weakness and overall poor nutrition. These symptoms all indicate that the child is not receiving enough protein in the diet.
So, here's the next deficiency, which is the marasmus, a severe protein and energy deficiency o kakulangan sa protina at enerhiya. The body uses own tissues for energy o ang mga batang payat o mga skinny. Some symptoms of marasmus are standard growth o pagbagal ng paglaki, extreme thinness o sobrang payat, alert hungry expression o mga batang mukhang gutom ang itsura, no edema o walang edema. So next is the complications of kwashiorkor and marasmus that may be worsened by. First is the intestinal parasite o ang bulate sa bituka na nagkakakuha ng sustansya mula sa pagkain. Next one is the bacterial infections o ang infection sa bakterya na maaaring magpahina ng resistensya. Last is the frequent diarrhea o madalas na pagtatae na nagdudulot ng pagkawala ng sustansya sa ating mga katawan. So, here in next slide are the causes of PEM. First thing is the poverty. Dahil sa kahirapan, they can't afford nutritious food. Next is the ignorance about proper nutrition or lack of nutrition knowledge. Next is the poor food distribution and transport. Improper weaning practices, supplementary foods are not introduced at the right age, inadequate protein or calorie content, unsafe bottle feeding or unclean bottles or nipples that can cause diarrhea and infections. Lastly is the priority feeding of wage earners over young children. Worker food muna over pagkain ng mga bata. So here next slide is how to prevent PEM. First is improve economic conditions and purchasing power o dagdagan ng kita at ang pagkain. Provide nutritious educations to families, turuan ng pamilya tungkol sa nutrisyon upang hindi sila ignorante sa kung ano man ang dapat kainin o hindi dapat kainin. Next is prolonged breastfeeding but introduce proper supplementary foods on time o ang tamang pasuso at dagdagan ng pagkain sa tamang oras. Then use locally available protein-rich foods gamitin ang mga pagkain na may mataas na protina. And last is teach mothers how to correct feeding, process, and hygiene. Then next is vitamin A deficiency, isang major na problema after ang PEM. This leads to impaired vision o ang paglabo ng mga mata and can progress to a total blindness o ang pagkabulag. This is common in southern and eastern India, especially sa mga rice-eating areas.
Vitamin A deficiency mainly affects children, especially those in the preschool age group. Studies show that about 3 to 8% of preschool children and 20% of school-age children can suffer from this deficiency. It is more common in boys than girls, although girls can also be affected. Pregnant women are another group at risk because their bodies need more nutrients, including vitamin A, for both themselves and their developing babies. Children from lower socioeconomic families are particularly vulnerable because they may have limited access to foods rich in vitamin A. The risk is even higher after breastfeeding stops, as young children may not yet eat enough fruits, vegetables, or other vitamin A sources to meet their needs. This combination of age, gender, economic status, and nutritional gaps explains why vitamin A deficiency remains a serious health concern in many communities. Effects and symptoms of vitamin A deficiency. Vitamin A deficiency can cause serious eye problems. The first sign is usually dryness of the conjunctiva, which is the white part of the eye. If the deficiency continues, the cornea, the clear front part of the eye, can become cloudy, making it hard to see. One of the most common early symptoms is night blindness, where a person cannot see well in dim light or at night. In severe cases, the cornea can soften and even break down, which may lead to falling it off. If left untreated, this condition can cause total blindness, making the person completely unable to see. Causes of vitamin A deficiency. Vitamin A is important for good eyesight, healthy skin, strong immunity, and normal growth. Why beta-carotene? Beta-carotene is a substance found in orange, yellow, and dark green vegetables. The body changes beta-carotene into vitamin A. Here are the foods rich in vitamin A and beta-carotene: carrots, sweet potatoes, squash, mango, papaya, malunggay, eggs, and livers. Poor absorption means your body cannot take in nutrients properly from the food you eat. When it says poor absorption due to low-fat diet, GL disorders, or liver disease, it means low-fat diet, vitamin A needs fat to be absorbed. If a person eats very little fat, the body can take in vitamin A well. Gastrointestinal disorders. These are the problems in stomach or intestines, like diarrhea or Crohn's disease. They can stop the body from absorbing vitamins correctly. Liver disease. The body stores and processes vitamin A. If the liver is damaged, it can handle vitamin A normally. So in simple words, these conditions make it hard for the body to get vitamin A from the food, even if the person eats enough of it. Prevention efforts. Vitamin A can be given to children in different ways, such as vitamin A capsules, vitamin A plus D supplements, and fortified skim milk in rural health centers. But this method wasn't very successful because it was hard to reach the same children all the time. A better method is called massive dosing. This means giving one very big dose of vitamin A, 60,000 micrograms, only once every 6 to 12 months. Studies show that this method can protect children by 84%. Because of this, many government programs now give yearly vitamin A doses to preschool children to help prevent vitamin A deficiency. Iron deficiency anemia is a major nutritional problem in India. It affects women of reproductive age, pregnant women, and preschool children the most. But it can also occur in adult men and older children. The condition happens when the body does not get enough iron, which is needed to make healthy red blood cells that carry oxygen throughout the body. The prevalence is quite high. About 60 to 70% of women and children are affected, while 30 to 40% of men and older children also suffer from it. This widespread deficiency can lead to fatigue, weakness, poor growth in children, and complications during pregnancy, making it a serious problem health concern in India.
What is anemia? So basically, anemia is when you don't have enough iron in your body. This can lead to a couple of things. First, the hemoglobin, and second is the changes in size and shape of red blood cell. So for decreased hemoglobin, iron is super important because it helps make hemoglobin, and hemoglobin is what carries oxygen around your body. And when you're anemic, your body can't get enough oxygen to all its cells, which can make you feel tired and weak. And for changes in size and shape of red blood cell, it's like your body's oxygen delivery system is running on empty. And for the effect on population, it says that over half of the school children and pregnant women have low hemoglobin levels. So that's a serious problem because it means a lot of people aren't getting enough oxygen to their cells. Causes of iron deficiency. Why do people get anemia? There are a few main reasons. The first one is not eating enough iron or low dietary intake. For example, if you're mostly eating cereal-based foods and not getting enough proteins or leafy green, you might not be getting enough iron in your diet. The second one is poor absorption. Sometimes, if you're eating iron-rich food, your body might not be absorbing the iron properly. This can happen if you have diet in high phytate content. It reduces absorption. The last one is blood loss. Losing blood can also lead to iron deficiency. This can happen from hookworm infestation, heavy menstruation, childbirth, injuries or bleeding, iron loss through sweat, especially in tropical climates. Effects on anemia. Anemia isn't just about feeling tired. It can actually have some serious effect. It develops slowly and may go unnoticed. And also, reduced hemoglobin or it may less oxygen cells. That leads to low physical activity, reduced work capacity, large economic loss at immunity level. So for low physical activity, you might not have the energy to exercise or to do other activities. So for reduced work capacity, it can be harder to focus at school or work. For economic loss at community level, when lots of people in community are anemic, it can affect the whole community ability to be productive. Fortification strategy. So what can we do about anemia? One goal idea is to fortify salt with iron. So fortification of salt with iron identify as effective. So that means adding iron to your table salt. Salt is widely and uniformly consumed. Since almost everyone uses salt, it's a good way to get iron to a large number of people. For trial show, significant reduction in anemia after 12 to 18 months of using iron fortified salt, now being introduced through public distribution and selected district. It says that studies have shown that iron fortified salt can really help reduce anemia rates. Vitamin B complex deficiency. Vitamin B complex deficiency affects about 20% of Indian population, common among children and people from low socioeconomic group. So, vitamins B complex deficiency, this is when you're not getting enough of different B vitamins like thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, etc. It says that this is a problem in India, especially among kids and people with low incomes. It shows us that not getting the right nutrients can lead to some serious health problem. But there are things that we can do to prevent it, like eating a balanced diet and fortifying common foods. It's all about making sure everyone has access to the nutrients they need to stay healthy.
General symptoms: sore mouth and sore tongue, cracks at the mouth corners, angular stomatitis, erosion around lips, often worsened by poor diet, diarrhea, and dysentery. Ang mga symptoms na ito ay karaniwang senyales ng nutritional deficiency. Importante ang tamang pagkain at hydration para maiwasan ang ganitong kondisyon. Ang vitamin B deficiency ay nangyayari kapag kulang ang katawan sa sapat na B vitamins, lalo na ang thiamine B1. Narito ang mga pangunahing dahilan. Low intake of B vitamins due to poor diet. Kapag hindi balanse ang pagkain at kulang sa source ng B vitamins tulad ng mga whole grains, vegetable, and meat at dairy, tumataas ang risk ng deficiency. Loss of vitamins during polishing and refining of cereals. Kapag masyadong pinaproseso ang bigas at ibang cereals, nawawala ang natural na B vitamins. Increased needs during pregnancy and lactation. Ang buntis at nagpapasuso ay nangangailangan ng mas mataas na B vitamins para sa baby at sa sarili nilang katawan. Alcoholism increases need for thiamine B1. Ang madalas na nag-iinom ng alak ay nagbabawas ng absorption ng thiamine at nagpapataas ng pangangailangan ng katawan dito. Poor cooking practices, excessive washing, discarding cooking water. Ang sobrang paghugas ng bigas at pagtatapon ng sabaw o cooking water ay nag-aalis ng maraming vitamins, lalo na ang water-soluble vitamins gaya ng B1. Ang thiamine deficiency o kakulangan sa vitamin B1 ay nagdudulot ng sakit na tinatawag na biribiri. Ito ay maaaring mangyari sa mga bata at matatanda. Mga uri ng biribiri. Dry biribiri. Nagkakaroon ng paghihina ng muscles, pamamanhid at pagkawala ng sensation sa paa at kamay. Wet biribiri. May pamamaga, edema at maaaring humantong sa heart failure o paghina ng puso. Biribiri sa mga sanggol. Maaaring makaranas ng silent cry. Delikado ito. Maaaring mauwi sa biglaang pagkamatay. Bakit ito naging bihira na ngayon? Dahil sa undermilling loss at mas mabuting pagbabago sa diet. Mas madalang na ang biribiri. Paano maiwasan ito? Pagkain ng boiled rice, pagsama ng wheat products sa araw-araw na pagkain. Ang kakulangan sa riboflavin o vitamin B ay isang kondisyon na madalas makita sa mga low-income groups dahil sa kakulangan sa masustansyang pagkain. Mga symptoms ng vitamin B2 deficiency: cracks on lips and mouth corners, masakit at mahirap pumuka ang bibig dahil sa tuyong balat at sugat, red bloodshot eyes, nagmumukhang irritated at maaaring mapdi o masakit, sensitivity to light, photophobia, madaling nasisilawan o hindi komportable sa maliwanag na ilaw. Niacin deficiency pellagra, kakulangan sa vitamin B3, kondisyong tinatawag na pellagra. Mga symptoms: dermatitis, skin rashes, diarrhea, pagtatae, dementia, pagkalito, irritable, mental decline. Mga sanhi: diet na mataas sa refined cereal pero mababa sa pulses. Imbalance ng amino acids, mataas ang leucine, mababa ang isoleucine. Karaniwang nakikita sa mga lugar na jowar ang staple foods. Epekto: kapag malala na, pwede maiuwi sa kamatayan.
Prevention. Use parboiled and undermilled rice to prevent thiamine. Include foods rich in: first, thiamine, example, wheat, whole grains. Riboflavin, example, milk products. Niacin, example, groundnuts, pulses. Eat a combination of cereals and pulses. Iodine deficiency disorder or IDD. Iodine deficiency leads to multiple disorder, collectively known as iodine deficiency disorder. Includes goiter, cretinism, mental retardation, deputism, neuromotor and neuropsychic retardation, myxedema in elderly. Impact on population. 145 million Indians live in iodine deficient goiter endemic areas. 40 million suffer from goiter. Endemic pockets found in 17 states including sub-Himalayan regions, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bihar, Gujarat, and Kerala. Effects on children. Delayed physical growth, poor mental development, increased cases of deputism, severe deficiency in pregnant women leads to cretinism in infants. Cretinism symptoms: dwarfism, very low metabolism, muscular weakness, dry skin, mental retardation, and poor skeletal development. Goiter, the enlargement of the thyroid gland, more common in girls and women, indicates chronic iodine deficiency. Prevention and control. Iodized salt is the simplest and most effective method to prevent IDD.